Hey there, baseball fans. It's me, Kelly Clark with Willow House, and I'm delighted to spend just a few minutes with you today talking about how to make outbound phone calls with our customers that are going to produce great results and calls that feel natural, conversational, very easy, and get the results that we want. Remember, we have 5 days in this Home Run Derby Challenge to make a really significant difference in our businesses. If you really apply yourself during these next 5 days, carve out the time at different times of the day throughout the week, you're going to find results that are going to set the stage for a fantastic fall and beyond. Remember, we're not asking you to work at this level of intensity forever, just for 5 days. And we can do anything for 5 days. We can find those extra minutes. We can squeeze them out of our week when we're really intentional about it. So get yourself geared up for that. And here's some tips and some more choices you can use to help make those calls more productive for you. Okay, the first thing when we're making calls is to be really aware of when we're calling. One of the best times to call is in the afternoon on Sunday or Sunday evening. It's a great time to call when people are usually home and they're getting ready for their week. If you don't care to work your business on Sunday, that's absolutely fine. I choose not to do very much on Sunday, but it is a time that can work really well for you. Also, in the morning, like after preschool gets dropped off, mid-morning can be a good time, or before people really get started on all the errands they have for the day. You'll find in the early evening hours can be good too. But I found really the most important key to this is varying the times I call people. So sometimes I might try them in the morning, and if I don't get them, I'll try them in the evening. And if it's someone with whom I've had a conversation about me following up with them, always want to ask them when would be the best time for me to call you. And try to even narrow in on an appointment time to call. Why don't I give you a call tomorrow at 7:30? How will that work? And then you keep that commitment and call them back. So make sure as you set the stage for all the calls you're going to make, you've got a calendar in front of you where you can make notes about the follow-up calls you're going to need to make. Okay, so when you call is really important. I have found surprisingly a lot of people are willing to have you call them at work. And so if they do work outside the home, you might want to ask them, hey, is it okay if I call you at work? And get that number. A lot of people take care of personal errand type business and phone calls and such in their offices, and that's totally fine with their work environment. So that is a great option for you. That way, when they get home and they're focused on their family, you're not trying to squeeze in the middle of that. So that could work well. But a couple of key kinds of phone calls that I like to make. One is the just thinking about you call. And as I look through my leads lists and I look through my customer care cards, I've made notes all over them, and so I'll be reminded about somebody, and I'll just call them and say, hey, this is Kelly with Willow House, and I was just thinking about you, and wanted to know how you're enjoying your products that you purchased from me. And it's a very just natural kind of customer service call, if you will, and I might share with them about the new catalog, or have you heard about our new jewelry business? Got to be careful about the jewelry business right now because we are trying to get our September's booked, and we can't sell jewelry. Some of us can sell in October, some of us not until January. So just be aware of that and be very careful as you consider when you're going to be able to start selling jewelry, how much you want to talk about that as you're making these calls. You may not want to bring it up at all at this point. Save that for later when you're a little bit closer in to booking those jewelry parties. But if you are going to be doing them in October, you might want to throw it in. If not, try to get those September home decor parties. That's what we're really, really after right now. You're going to meet so many people at your September home decor parties with whom you can share jewelry opportunities with. But if you focus all your energy on October right now, September is going to be stinky, and we don't want that. Okay, so another kind of call, kind of along the lines of the how are you doing call, is just an out-of-the-box call. And this is kind of fun because this is where you call and ask your customers if they've gotten the product out of the box. It's such a shame. Sometimes you'll run into somebody and they'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember you at Tracy's party and I bought that tray and it's still in my closet, or it's under my bed, or any number of excuses. And we don't want that. We want them to get their products out and enjoy them. And so you can kind of make a joke about it. and say, hey, this is Kelly with Willow House. Have I caught you at an okay time? I always like to get their permission to extend the conversation. Have I caught you at an okay time? Great. Well, I just wanted to chat with you for just a few short minutes. I was wondering what you ever decided to do with that Jamestown tray. And please don't tell me it's still in the box in a closet somewhere. And you just kind of make a joke about the whole out of the box idea. And it can really kind of soften up a conversation, liven it up, and make it just a little bit easier for you and more comfortable. And what's really neat about that is if they say, oh, no, I've got it out. Oh, tell me what you did with it. I'd love to hear your ideas. I'm always looking for new ideas to incorporate into my parties. Would you mind if I shared that at my next party? If they do still have it in the box, you'll share some ideas with them about getting it out of the box and just give them some uses. And even you might want to offer to come over. Hey, you want me to come over sometime and we can figure out the best place to do it or get some ideas together? And depending on how the conversation goes, you definitely want to be true to a customer service spirit with this. But it's also a great opportunity to say, you know what, we have a brand new catalog and I would love to do a party with you. I've enjoyed our conversation and you were so much fun. And if they were fun, if they weren't fun, don't say that. But I've enjoyed this so much. Would you like to do a party with some of your friends and we could get you some of this gorgeous new stuff for free? What do you think? And then you're going to offer her, she's going to say, well, yeah, I guess I could do that. And you're going to tell her what your availability is. And I usually like to do my parties on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's always worked well for me. And I'll say, well, I do my parties on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Is either one of those nights best for you or better for you? And she'll say, well, Thursday my daughter has soccer. And so, yeah, Tuesdays are generally pretty good. Okay, great. Well, how about Tuesday, September, whatever? And you offer her your first available date in. Don't offer her the last one of the month because she'll take it. Offer the first ones in first. And you'll find you can narrow into a date pretty easily that way. And, sometimes they'll say, oh, will you do a Saturday party or a Friday night party or whatever? And know ahead of time what your availability is. Have your calendar absolutely set so you can be prepared to say yes to a date. But it's just a very easy conversation. And you are offering them something really fun, special, lucrative. They're not doing you a huge favor. You're actually sharing something really fun together. So keep that in mind. If people are reluctant, they feel like they're busy, you can offer to bring appetizers. Or, let's just keep it really, really simple. Let's just do desserts and coffee. Or let's just, what if everybody brings an appetizer? That would be fun. Can you, maybe have a bottle of wine and some soft drinks and we'll invite everybody to bring an appetizer? That makes it easy for the host. You can get creative with things like that, but it's all built on that foundation of the relationship you have with the customer. So spend some time in the beginning of your conversation, I'm talking, 30 seconds, rekindling what it was that you connected with in the first place, and then you can be prepared to take the conversation further. I hope this is helpful for you. I know sometimes the phone can feel really heavy and it's hard to make those calls. Oh, one thing that always comes up is, do I leave a message or do I not leave a message? Here's my thinking on that. Everybody has caller ID. They know you called them anyway. And so you might as well fess up and leave them a message, just a quick, very short, hey, this is Kelly with Willow House. I'm sorry that I've missed you. I've got some great news to share. I will try you again. Or if you have a minute, give me a call back at da-da-da-da-da. That way, you have the power and the permission to follow up and call back. Don't expect them to call you back. They never do. Not because they don't like you or Willow House, just because they're really busy. So keep the responsibility on your shoulders to call them back. And then it's just quick and easy. And one thing you'll notice that I said, dog. You'll notice that I said, hi, this is Kelly. I don't say Kelly Clark. I just say Kelly with Willow House because that feels a lot more familiar and that we have a relationship, not that I have to introduce myself by also using my last name. And chances are they don't even remember my first name, much less my last name, and that's okay, but it just kind of triggers more of a friendly relationship if you just stick with first names only. So again, I hope this is helpful. I look forward to sharing success with you at the TNT Home Run Derby and look for more video messages to come. Batter up!
Look at me.